Hello, I'm Drake. Welcome to Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real, metaphysical, and occult content so that you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. This week, we're going to continue our series on the Goetic angels with the second angel of the Goetic. All right, let's get into this. All right, now, as many of you know, my pronunciations here with these angels is rough. A few of you gave me a few corrections in the last one. I appreciate it. Don't mind that bit. I have heard so many different pronunciations of these angels that I'm starting to wonder if anyone really knows. But hey, we try to get through them. All right. So the second Goetic angel is Yaliel, is how I have always heard it pronounced. And when I look up the phonetic pronunciation, that is what it comes up as a Y, Y-E-H dash Lee Lee dash Ell. Yaliel. Okay, so Yaliel is the angel we are talking about today. In the Kabbalistic tradition, the choir this angel is associated with is, of course, the seraphim. I have a feeling that as we go through these in their numeric order, I think the choirs will stick and switch and go down the choirs as we move down. I'll be honest, I have not looked ahead in all my notes and stacked it up to see that, but I think that's going to be what happens if you want my 2 cents. Um, Divine name for the choir again is Aya. Um, if you want that spelling, it's capital Ehieh. Um, Again, my pronunciation's pretty bad on these, and I do apologize. The ruling planet for this one, again, we're dealing with that primum mobile, that prime everything concept, okay? Which that makes sense again because it's still with that same choir. Some people have asked me, does it really matter the ruling planets if the choirs just automatically match up? If you use planets in your particular practice or magic, which a lot of Kabbalic practices does, if not all of it, I would think that it would matter. If you're someone who particularly doesn't use planetary systems and you're just working with the entities, um, maybe not so much. That's one of those where, different people do things differently. A lot of I don't do a lot with planetary magic. I've used it, I have enjoyed it. It's just not one of my main go-tos in my day-to-day. But it's always good to have that information all the same in my mind. All right. Also, do remember we do have a locals community, the Working Dragon Mystic Lair, where we do post all kinds of supporter only content and content that is only over there because, well, let's be honest, it's content we can't put other places, to be honest. And it gives us the ability to connect with the community and have discussions we can't have elsewhere. And we are building a wonderful community, wonderful questions, wonderful people of concerns, great discussions happening. I couldn't be prouder of the community that has sprung up around Working Dragon Mystic. So if you are interested, check out our locals community. There should be a link below. Also, if you haven't already or don't know, we have an online school. Again, that link should be down there somewhere. We have classes on dragon magic, evocation, tarot reading, developing your arcane senses. It's all there. Okay. So be sure to check that out. Now, um, let's go ahead and get moving on here to the actual areas where most people will work with this particular angel. I did see a few comments that these are a little more subtle and softer than what you see in the Goetic. And yeah, I see that a lot. But don't let that subtlety fool you. They move in a very powerful way. They really do. Don't let the subtlety fool you about these angels. Though they may be subtle, most of the time, they are still extremely powerful. Do not underestimate them just because of that subtlety. That is a mistake far too people make when things are subtle. All right. First one is help to increase the passion between yourself and your partner. Pretty straightforward. Now for that one, you need a partner, straight up. And it's just one of those things, passion dropping off a little, getting cooler, maybe not what it used to be. You could ramp it back up, simple things like that. Um, Help to bring peace and calm anger between lovers and couples that are arguing. Straightforward. If I have to explain that, I don't know why we're here. Um, I mean, that is straightforward. Now, you'll notice this says between lovers and couples that are arguing. I have seen this utilized on not just romantic couples, but actual friend couples. So I've seen when two best friends are arguing, whether it's legitimately deserved or just something stupid, can be over something as dumb as who drank the last beer, whatever. Um, I have seen a magician implement this, and it does work on friend groups, not just romantic couples. So take that into consideration and remember that. One person asked if it would have some uses in the business world, like business couplings, partnerships. I don't know. I've actually never tested that. I think that would be a fantastic area to test it in. And if any of you have or do, I would love to hear about your results. All right. Next up, we've got help you in attracting love. All right. This is one of those everybody's like, woohoo, that's what I want. I want me some love in my life. Let's get this one we have to get a little specific on. This is to help you find a partner that will truly love you. Okay. However, if you have a specific person already in mind, this is not the entity to work with. This is not the entity you want. This entity is not going to target a specific target and try to make them love you. This is actually going to help you find someone who genuinely loves you for you to build true and genuine love and someone that you can genuinely love back. But you have to be open to that finding that person. It may be someone you know, it may be someone you've never met in your entire life. If like it says, if you're wanting that one specific person, that target, not the entity for you, okay? This will not afflict or affect or manipulate the will of another. Let's put it that way. All right. All right. And we've got aid in ensuring your partner's fidelity. This is a big one. I get a lot from female clients and friends who are always talking about this stuff. Well, actually, I can't say friends. Most of my female friends, I have to say, pretty much have partners they trust. So, yay. I'm proud of them. But clients, yes. Fidelity is a big thing for a lot of people. This can be used in your relationship, personally, your relationship, or it can be used to affect others. So, do you think your friend is dating someone who may cheat on him? Because I know practically everybody likes to meddle in their friends' relationships in some way. I personally try to steer clear and stay as far from it as I can, and I won't put any high mark in my hat and say, hey, look how disciplined I am. No, it comes from being raised with my sisters and get all their drama and their gossiping and all that. And I got tired of it. And when I realized that was a social kind of norm around the world, I just like, dude. So it don't give me any high points. It's just me buggering off because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with my life. I don't want to deal with it in someone else's life. But there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, looking out for your friends isn't a bad thing, especially if you're not trying to sabotage. I'm not down for sabotage. And this is a great way to do it because you could enlist this angel to make sure both partners are being true. Okay. If you wanted to help someone else. Note, and this is kind of important, big red flag on this one. Okay. A lot of magicians have told me about this. And I think this is, yeah, it's important. A lot of magicians have reported that this has had a side effect. The side effect being that it causes an open, discourse, an open conversation where one partner or the other begins to openly talk about their feelings of infidelity or their feelings of, hey, that girl over there is hot, or hey, that guy over there is cute, and their thoughts of wondering, okay? And admitting to that thought, but also admitting they stay true. Um, this can be a double-edged sword because everyone says they want open conversation. They want to talk about feelings. They want to talk about thought processes. And it can be. But there's a lot of people who they say they want that open discourse. But at the same time, they get mad when they hear it. So in some cases, this can help build and strengthen a relationship. And in other cases, that same line of discourse will completely destroy, torpedo, and burn a relationship down. I don't know who will be what. I just want to make sure that this side effect is listed, okay? I want to make sure that is listed on here as one of them because from the magicians I have spoke with, it has both healed relationships and it has destroyed relationships based on the partner's reactions, okay? So there we go. All right, next we need to get the sigil up on the screen here so you all can see it. We'll go ahead and flash that up here. I actually like this one. I don't know. It kind of makes me almost look think of a frat house Greek letter design or something. I know it's not, but that's what makes me think of, and I kind of like it. I think it's a neat one. Let's see here. So that will bring us down to the incantation, or for these angels, of course, we use psalms, don't we? And for this one, the psalm we will be using is 22:19. And in the Bible, which I pulled it from, I want to say is either NIV or International. I don't remember. I apologize. It reads, "But be not thou far from me, O Lord, O my strength. Haste thee to help me." Okay, let's get that again. "But be not thou far from me, O Lord, O my strength. Haste thee to help me." This one may not be quite as clear as the other one, but I actually think that this phrase goes with the things that we have seen, the things that this angel is talented at. Because when we are talking about increasing a partner's passion for us, that is, you're going to be with your partner. They're at your side, that loving passion. Passion's not just in the flesh, it's also a passion of the trust, the unity between the two people. That like one of the things that I would say I love most about my wife and the relationship is how absolutely 100% vulnerable I can be with her and never have to worry. And I know she will always be by my side because of that and that trust. So I would definitely put that in there. And she is definitely my strength as well. Like when things get the worst, I think of her. Now I know the psalm is saying, you're thinking of the big guy in the sky if you're religious. But for the magician, you could be thinking of your partner and those others attached to this. You could even be thinking of this angel, perhaps. And of course, bringing strength or bringing peace. I can see that too in here. Be my strength, haste thee to help me. So first we're talking strength, haste thee to help me. Haste thee to bring peace to the situation. I could see that. I'm not trying to give a Bible lesson here. I'm just trying to show why I think these Psalms are applicable. A lot of people may not use them, and that's fine. But I do think that is legitimate. Attracting love. Again, haste thee to help me. That strength to put yourself out there. That strength to be willing to talk to a person. We use the word courage, but there is a strength of courage to put yourself out there to meet someone. And I think a lot of people overlook just how much that may take for some people. So yeah, I can see that one too. And honestly, when we get back down to that fidelity one, yeah, being true takes a strength of character. It does. I think every human being at some time has random thoughts, but having a thought and acting on it are two completely different things, people. And there may be people out there, well, they shouldn't even have those thoughts. Well, maybe, but everyone has thoughts they shouldn't have. Everyone says things they shouldn't say. Everyone does things they probably shouldn't say in an ideal world. But we don't live in an ideal fantasy land. We don't. We are all perfectly flawed. Um, and I think this does speak to that strength as well as that request of helping to have your partner remain faithful to you. And I think that's pretty cool, actually. For all the time I spent back in church when I was in it, I'll gotta admit, Psalms was not one of my favorite books because the way it reads, it never jived with me. I never understood it. And so many people enjoyed it. I just was like, what? It actually took me getting out of the church and seeing it's the wisdom of Psalms applied to other aspects of life from other points of view, non-Christian, non-biblical points of view, to begin to understand those wisdoms. So it actually took me studying more philosophy and spirituality and theology in other areas to truly understand that. But that may be a video for another time. My apologies. So my experiences personally with this spirit. I personally have not worked with this spirit a lot in my personal life. Um, the only things I've ever worked with this spirit in is to calm arguments, to bring peace to situations, and to help clients. Um, and there's plenty of people who would prefer I work with an angel if I'm doing something for them as opposed to any other entity I work with. Um, Especially like this comes up a lot because like if I'm doing love magic or trying to find you a person, because I don't do forced love magic, I never do that. That just ends bad. Anyway, I would probably reach out to someone like Aphrodite or Freya personally. Those are two that I would prefer to work with in my personal practice, especially Freya. I have a very strong repertoire with her. However, there are plenty of people who, nope, they don't do these whole other deities. They want a angel. Um, and for that, I have found that Yaliel has been very, very helpful and doing that. And definitely in calming down those arguments. I got to admit, when it comes to calming tempers and emotions and bringing about a peace and a calm and an understanding state, angels rock. I really do. That's one of the areas where I honestly do tend to think of angels quite a bit in that peace, understanding state. They're really good at getting things to that state. Um, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm actually enjoying going through these with you. I do apologize if I get a little wordy and um, philosophical on some of the ways the Psalms tie in, but I do think that is somewhat important when working with these entities to understand not only what they do, but perhaps the wisdom that ties into why those Psalms are being used. And I'm actually wondering if we're going to find one where when I look at it, because I don't plan out, can I attach it? I like to do that right here with you all with me without editing. I like to do that way. So I'm actually waiting to see if as we go through all these angels, will we find one where the psalm makes absolutely no sense at all? Maybe we will. And if we do, maybe you'll understand it when I miss it and you can teach me some. Because that's one of the things I love about this community and the fact that we share information. I get to learn as much from you all as you me. All right. Now, if you will get out of here, remember we do live streams every Sunday, Magical Coffee Hour. You can catch us there. We also do live streams over at Locals on Fridays, supporter only live streams and live workshops. We've actually got a 4-part rune workshop coming up in February. So that might be the week this post or the week after. Anyways, we're going to start it on February 2nd. There will be a replay. So regardless, February 2nd, 2024, we will do the part 1 of that rune workshop. If you are over at Locals, be sure to mark your calendar. If you want to join, pop over to our Locals channel. Again, the link's below. Sign up to support the channel and the work we do. And the workshops and all that is free with your supporter. Yeah, your supporter status. I guess that's what you call it. It's proof I need to, oh man, I need to figure out what to call that sometime when I'm doing these. All right, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed this. I highly encourage you to reach out and speak with Yeliel. I actually do enjoy working with this particular angel. Anytime I've worked with this angel, there's just this calming. Like the whole room is just hit with this sheer calming, relaxing that I just love. Okay. I have actually reached out to Yaliel just to talk about my day before because, and I was legit. It's like, it's not that I didn't tell him. It's just like, because that presence was so calming. Like it's so calming, like even the tension. Like, have you ever felt your muscles just release after a good massage or in the hot tub? Um, that is the best way I can describe it. And yeah, I think more often than not, when I work with this angel, it's more for that than anything else. Just, I know it wasn't in that list, and I don't know if it's something everyone experiences. I've heard a few people mention it, but it is definitely for me. It's just this whole wonderful relaxation sense. So maybe reach out and give it a try, even if it's just for that. All right. And until next time, everyone, I'm Drake. This has been Working Dragon Mystic. Take care. Goodbye.